What up, Bulls Nation? And welcome in to CHGO Bulls Pregame, presented by PointsBet. Don't forget that promo code CHGO when you sign up to live your bet life. I'm Matt. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Peck. You can follow my friend Big Dave here at BAWL, B-A-W-L Sports. We are at CHGO_Bulls. We got game 81 here, Dave.
Woo!
One and then one more, and then we're playoff bound, baby. Not that I feel great about that or anything, but we are nonetheless. Interesting matchup here tonight.
Yeah,
the Charlotte Hornets are a team that the Bulls handled pretty well this season. Won both of their matchups thus far. Both happened. The most recent one happened in February. The first one I think back in November. But this is a talented, dangerous Hornets team that still has a lot to play for right now.
Correct.
They've already punched their ticket to the play-in, but it is not yet settled between tonight's action, tomorrow night, and Sunday across the NBA what 7 through 10 will be in the Eastern Conference. If you take a look at these Eastern Conference standings, Joey, thank you, sir, you see there the Bulls in 6th and Charlotte in 10th. However, they can still make some moves. They'll need some help from the teams above them, Cleveland, Brooklyn, and Atlanta. But Charlotte's playing well. They got something to play for. And so I actually, because I'm a giant NBA nerd, and this is how I spend my days, looked at all the possible scenarios for Charlotte as far as moving up. And here is that I tweeted out earlier today in case you missed it. So they're a game back of the Hawks and they're a game back of Brooklyn. They split the season series with Atlanta, and Atlanta owns the division record tiebreaker there because they play in the same division. Game back of Brooklyn, they own the season series 2-1 over Brooklyn. So if they and the Nets end up with the same record, they would be above the Nets.
Interesting.
2 games back of Cleveland. However, that is also a season series split with Charlotte, and they can still win the conference tiebreaker if the Hornets win out their last 2 games. So there are a lot of different ways between all 3 of those teams ahead of them that they can actually move into that 7-8 first round of the play-in matchup and give themselves not 1 but 2 chances to punch an actual ticket to the playoffs. So plenty to play for.
George, can you do me a favor? You could put that back up, please, the Matt Peck tweet that was so brilliantly put together by this man in this incredible hoodie. Just of those scenarios right there, which one do you think is the most likely for the Hornets?
Honestly, it's crazy, but if the Cavs lose their last 2 and the Hornets win out, which would sadly include beating us tonight, I think that is the most likely because Atlanta and Brooklyn are, on the warpath to say, We're getting the 7th seed. Both of those teams, I think, really want the 7th seed, even though that is Cleveland right now.
Right.
But I feel like Cleveland, kind of like the Bulls, have been nosediving for the last month of the season.
Correct.
And that, despite them needing to make up 2 games instead of 1, I see as the Hornets' best shot.
Well, let me say this. The Hornets are such an interesting team. First of all, they're fun.
Yeah.
I love watching them. They're so much fun to watch.
LaMelo's awesome.
LaMelo's incredible. But going in with my man Miles Bridges, who I've been a fan on since his rookie season, and I love his growth. You know what I mean? He has the right point guard, and his growth is awesome. I don't know about his music, but he's awesome playing basketball, man. And that's another topic. But they're so weird because they'll play so great one day, and then the next game you're like, why are you in the NBA? Like, they're so strange like that, and they're so really up and down. And maybe some of that is due to injuries, Gordon Hayward's been out the whole year, getting him back, I'm sure that definitely helps them. Getting Montrezl Harrell, who I wanted, getting him, I'm sure that definitely helps them as well with that toughness and everything like that. But still, they just ride that kind of roller coaster. But for them, this is good because usually they had the roller coaster of hell. They were just always at the bottom and always
sounds awful.
No, it's not fun. It's not fun. It's not a Metallica song either. It's not. No. It's a bad thing, all right? So, yeah, I like watching them, though. They're so much fun to watch. Going to Buzz City, which our guy Sabine loves.
Buzz City.
And going there. But the Bulls always perform well against the Charlotte Hornets, whether they're playing them at home, whether they're playing them in Buzz City. It sucks that Zoe won't be out there, won't get that brother-on-brother thing again, but yeah, they're fun to watch. When they're hot, they're fun to watch. But hopefully it'll be more fun for me to watch the Bulls get a win.
Hope so. Matt in the comments saying, I had a rough day. I need the Bulls to play well. Wouldn't that be nice?
It would be nice.
It would be just a nice gift for all of us on our Friday to start the weekend.
It would be amazing.
Rob said Peck seems surprisingly happy considering Zach decided to play tonight. And we've arrived. So, in case you missed it, Billy Donovan confirming when he met with the media pregame that Zach LaVine will play tonight.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that he was once again listed on the injury report coming into this game with that same bothersome knee.
Yes.
He was listed as probable, and he is playing. Alex Caruso is a scratch. Holding him out with that back still after he missed that game earlier this week. Fine with that.
Yes.
More than fine with that. Matt Thomas, ya boy, also out with a leg injury that appeared out of nowhere. The greatest of all of the mysteries of this Bulls season and us trying to piece together what exactly has gone wrong. The greatest mystery will remain when all is said and done. How did Matt Thomas hurt himself? I need to know the answer to this question, Dave.
This is why we got to get in touch with Will, because this is the hard-hitting reporting that we need. We need to know what happened, when it happened, who did it, and why it's going on this long. You know, because at first they just described it as a leg contusion. You know what I mean? Contusion. And, you know, that's usually just, you know, something minor and things like that. But it seems like he's going to miss the rest of the season, and it's not going to be a thing. And I got to have my Matty Legend, man. This is his time to shine. He worked all season long for these last 3 meaningless games where he can get in and drop 35. This is what it's for, man. And the fact I can't see him out there is I'm sad. Now you're happy and now I'm sad about it.
I'm not happy.
Sure you are.
I'm curious. I need to know.
You had more joy.
I mean, speaking of happy and speaking of Big Dave loving those end of the bench guys.
Yes.
Did you see the news? Your Bears' favorite 4th-string running back Ryan Nall got picked up by the Cowboys today, Dave.
Yes, thank you for giving me this platform for this.
That's why we're here. CHGO. That's why we do Bulls pregame. To talk about former Bears 4th-string running backs.
And this, again, let me point out, this is why Matt was in my head, because the whole time I was talking about Matt Thomas, I was thinking about Ryan Nall, and that's true. That's very, very true. Ryan Nall is a preseason legend. And he's amazing. Just a wonderful fullback / running back / special teamer. He is the guy, all right? I'm going to miss him here in Chicago. You know, we had some great moments, and now he's going to get to go to Dallas and let the legend continue on. And I can't wait to watch it, because I promise you, if he does anything, all of y'all are going to hear about it. I promise you that. Shout out Ryan Nall. Congratulations to you, man, for continuing on with the legend. I will be following you, sir.
I have got to re-look up the word legend in the dictionary.
Oh, no, it's there. Oh, is it a picture of Ryan Nall next to it? Because that's the one in my dictionary.
Wow.
What is it? Can we get a loud bow from
Where do you get your dictionaries?
Oh, man, you know, the library. You know, what you were talking about.
RyanNallFanClub.com?
Yeah, what do you mean? Oh, well, right here. Can we get a loud ball from Big Dave? You got one earlier. Like, I literally pointed at that and said it. I did that. Where were you? Why are you late? You should be right here on time, sir. You know when it's coming, sir. Stay tuned for the post game, man. You'll get another one in. I promise you.
So continuing on with a couple more game notes, the Hornets, Gordon Hayward, he was out for 22 games with that ankle injury. Poor guy's hurting his ankles all the time throughout his NBA career, it seems. Came back from that 22-game absence to play against the Sixers last Saturday. Played like 17 minutes in that game, and then in their 2-game since has been out and was ruled out again tonight. So I guess, you know, the thing is that the Hornets, have they been missing his presence when he's been gone? Because that 22-game absence was the second of a long absence earlier that season when I think he missed like 10 games in a row or something else. Like, it's not like the Hornets have been blowing people away. They are in the play-in. So can they survive without him because they haven't had him for large stretches of the season, or is it a big loss?
Listen, the only guy that can't survive without is LaMelo Ball. So if LaMelo Ball's out there, they'll be fine. Everything else will be okay. And I think to the point you're just saying, the fact that they've played so long without him, it's not a big deal to them. You know what I mean? They're like, well, we've done okay. You know what I'm saying? Without him, it's not like he elevated them to, 10 extra wins or anything like that. They still have been that kind of team his entire tenure there. But also in his entire tenure there, he's been hurt. He's been injured. He's been going through a lot of those things, man. But, yeah, I think they'll be okay without him. It does hurt. I mean, we're not acting like he can't play the game of basketball because he can. Right. He's really good at it. So having him on your team and out there on the floor is definitely helpful. But you've seen the results of him not being there and just how good they've been and how okay they've been. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say bad.
They're the definition of okay this season.
They're right there. Yes, they're right there in that middle, man. And as you always know, Daddy's always happy.
41-39. Still have a chance to finish the season at 500 if they win their last 2 games. And then as far as on the Bulls front, so we covered Zach and Alex and Matt Thomas.
Yeah.
The other interesting tweak tonight from Billy Donovan, I just saw this come across my Twitter feed, Kobe White getting the start in favor of Ayo Dosunmu.
Yeah.
So they're starting Kobe, Zach, DeMar, P-Dub still in that starting lineup.
Shout out.
And Vooch tonight. What do you think about that, Dave?
I like it because this means they're trying to score. That means they know who they're playing. It's not going to be a defensive
score. They
game
should look
out
at
here.
Kobe's shooting numbers over the last month or so.
Has he not been shooting better the last 2 games? After I told y'all on the pregame he was going to start shooting better.
Shooting better meaning he hit 1 of his 5 threes instead of 0 of them?
He went 2 of 3, so please get up off of that. Get up off of that. Clap that up. Clap that up,
Good
sir.
job, Kobe.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Yes. But I think that he's coming around. Like, I really do. I think he's coming around, and he's getting better acclimated, and he's getting out of that slump. Because, again, he wasn't here this great. He wasn't here this bad. He was somewhere in the middle. It's going to balance out. And I think it's starting to balance out for him. These last 2 games, it looked more comfortable for Kobe White. So I just think it's that, Matt. Like, it's going to be a scoring. Like, they're going with that.
I mean, I guess because things are going horribly right now, why not try something different and see if it works?
Yeah, why not?
I'm fine with that.
Sure.
Real quick, DeBarn DeRozan in the comments.
Nice.
I see you. I appreciate your name. It's clever.
It is.
Your comment is ridiculous.
Uh-oh.
Do y'all believe Zach will stay, even though they've fallen off the rails a bit towards the end? Is Zach about to go play in his first playoff series ever in his NBA career? Yes. Does he like Billy Donovan? Yes. Is he a Clutch Sports client?
Yes.
Whose advisors will tell him, Chicago can give you the most money? Sign that contract. If you want to leave later, we'll take care of that later. That's how NBA stars work now.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He's getting the most offer. He's getting the most money offered here. He's signing here. Worry about that later. Stop clogging up our feed with shit that doesn't matter.
He likes it here. He enjoys it here. He's staying here. Signs the contract here. He'll be here. He'll be here. Relax.
That's the way the cookie crumbles right now.
That's the way it does, man.
And if I'm wrong this summer, you can come tell me I'm wrong. But in fact, it's going to be me telling you that you're wrong.
He enjoys that.
I love that. Best part of the job. Big Dave, tell the people about the points bet.
Oh, the best part of mine is telling y'all about the points bet, ladies and gentlemen. Points bet, who is now hitting up my man Matt and letting him know that he is parlayed Peck.
I'm tweeting back and forth with points bet right now.
Isn't that awesome? That's awesome stuff, man. Because the best way to support CHGO is to download that points bet app and use that code CHGO when signing up. And if you do that right now, you will get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. But that's not it. If you make a $50 or more first-time deposit, you know what you're going to get? You're going to get a free CHGO membership, which unlocks all of that awesome web content. Peck and Gorder trademark out today. And you'll even get a free T-shirt of your choice from that CHGO locker. That's $2,000 free bets, a free CHGO membership, a free T-shirt from that CHGO locker, all for making more than a $50 first-time deposit at PointsBet. And also, introducing this brand new live NBA same game parlay,
just like this one.
For the first time ever, you can build that perfect live same game NBA parlay only with PointsBet. You can combine your favorite bets anytime during the game. And if you want more,
and we know you do,
you can also boost your live same game parlays. You can watch live, parlay live, boost live, and partay live, all with PointsBet. And if you're here in Illinois, in this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful state and beautiful city, you don't have to go outside. I don't know what the hell is happening out there with the weather right now. There's no clue. There's no rhyme or reason, all right?
In the 15 minutes on my ride from my house to here, it went from raining to snowing.
Yep, sure did.
Like big, fat snowflakes.
Yeah, it was doing that.
Just like that.
I had an umbrella and a snow shovel. I don't know what to do.
It's garbage.
Just confused, man, all right? But you can stay home. You ain't got to deal with that. You can download that PointsBet app right now and register your account from start to finish, all from your phone. So what are you waiting for? Because once the game starts, you don't just bet. What you do, Matt Peck?
You live your bet life.
Joey, one time.
Tell him to bring me my money.
Well done.
The Joey sound drops. I love him so much.
Man, he's getting there. He's getting that game level, man. He's been getting in game shape.
Hey, remind me, I have a grossly large library of random audio drops from like movies, TV shows.
You're just waiting to let me know about this?
Yeah. I just thought about it the other day, and I was like, I need to send that all to Joey so they can.
You look at me scrolling through sound effects during the games.
I got to be with Joey on this one.
All right.
He's right.
Real quick 5-legger for you for tonight on PointsBet. Bulls Hornets. I'm taking Bridges over 20.5.
Boom.
You'll find out why in a minute when we talk about him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking PJ Washington over 10.5. He's had monster games against the Bulls throughout his career. It's
true.
I'm taking LaMelo 8 or more assists tonight. I'm taking DeMar 4 or more assists tonight.
Nice.
And I'm taking LaMelo over 2.5 made threes. I'm sorry, it's a little bit of a heavy Hornets parlay, but the Bulls are completely unpredictable and kind of crappy right now. So
And none of this matters. So
and it does not matter.
Yeah.
So those were 950 odds. I used my daily boost to get them up to 1050. There it is. Okay. Red Hot Hornets, Dave.
Yes.
We were talking about LaMelo a little bit earlier. He and Miles Bridges together are putting up bonker numbers. Woo. This is over the Hornets' last 15 games.
Yes.
So just down the stretch of the season here. Look at those shooting numbers in particular. They're both shooting over 41% from behind the three-point line. And look at the volume in which they are doing that. LaMelo's almost shooting 9 threes a game. Bridges 6 threes a game, and they're hitting them at that clip. That might be the most terrifying thing to me coming into this game tonight.
Yeah, and the one, again, that stands out to me is Bridges. Because, again, he had to develop this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had to grow into that. He was not that kind of three-point shooter at all. But when you get an elite point guard with you, you recognize and it unlocks some things for you. It's 42%. It's just really dumb. But also to be doing that and grabbing 6 rebounds is awesome, man. But to do it in basically 6 attempts a game, too. Yeah. That's all excellent. And LaMelo, I mean, what can be said about him, man? He's been doing this all season long, man. He's doing all of that, but still being one of the most exciting players in the NBA to watch. Like, you're not even mad that he's putting up almost 9 3-point shots a game and putting them up from anywhere. He'll pull up from half court and just shoot it.
Right.
And you're not even mad about it. You're like, sure, why not? Go ahead, do that. I'm entertained.
I mean, that's like right there on par with what Lonzo was doing, giving the Bulls behind the three-point line earlier this season. The Ball brothers just drilling threes at a better than 40% clip on high volume. And Lonzo's volume wasn't even that high. Lonzo was like 7.5 a game or something like that. So, yeah, that's crazy what LaMelo is doing right now.
And doing it at the right time. You know what I'm saying? This is the time you want to be ramping it up a little bit. So, yeah, shout out to him for that.
And the Bulls as a team over their last 5 games have allowed their opponents to shoot 40.5% from behind the three-point line. I mean, all of those games, the Milwaukee game, the Miami game, the Boston game, it just seemed like, they were drilling threes and drilling threes and drilling threes. Then I went and looked up at the Bulls' last 5, and I was like, the numbers are confirmed.
Yeah. And it's usually over 45%. You know what I'm saying? That's not an exaggeration. Seriously, it's usually over 45%. Boston was 46.
Right.
Like, that's usually what it is when the teams are going up against them.
Like, I can handle the Bulls getting the raw end of the deal because their opponents are drilling difficult threes, contested threes. Yeah. What would send me into a conniption fit tonight is if the Bulls are giving up grossly open threes.
Yes.
Which we've seen them be guilty of recently.
Yes.
It's just like, somebody, this screen was too hard and I didn't like it, so I'm not getting to the closeout. Man, enough of that garbage.
Yeah, we're tired of that, man. And you mentioned earlier PJ Washington, another guy on that list of Bulls killers.
Dangerous.
He just destroys the Bulls, man, when he goes from 3, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to see this dude open. I don't want to see him up. Please, just don't let him be open, all right? Play a little defense on him. He's the one that always kills you. Please read that scouting report and figure that part out, man. But he's right. It's not the 3-point shots. You tip your cap to the guys who are making the difficult ones, but it's the way they're coming down and they're wide open. They have time to take a dribble and shoot the ball.
Yeah.
That's what can't happen. That's what has to stop.
Like, how is Tyler Hero or Duncan Robinson that wide open on a 3?
Should never be.
Hello.
The info.
Did you see, speaking of Bridges, that dunk he had the other night? Holy Lord.
You can say that about so many nights.
I know.
With Bridges.
I mean.
You see that dunk he had? But yes, I saw it. But my God, man, he does it all the time.
Do you think he's in conversation for best in-game dunker in the NBA right now?
I don't see how he's not.
Like top 3?
I don't see how he's not. He's literally murdered people.
Oh my God!
Like, I don't see how he's
bodies left and right.
My goodness, man, he is disrespectful.
That's what the other thing I hope doesn't happen tonight, in addition to the Bulls not getting lit from behind the 3-point line, is I hope Miles Bridges doesn't catch himself a body tonight.
Yeah, Vooch, he's coming.
It's probably coming.
He's looking at Vooch. You know who he's looking at, man, because he has a list. He talked about it. I saw him on NBA Today once. speaking about it. He has a list of players he wants to dunk on.
Right.
And Gobert is one of those players that is also on that list, man. So, Vooch, man, he just might see a 7-footer and catch a flashback.
Oh,
you
mean Bulls offseason trade target Rudy Gobert?
Oh,
that
yeah,
one?
Future Bull Rudy Gobert. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Bulls fans already wilded, man. I love y'all.
Kicking it off.
Oh, did you hear? Did you hear? We're playing the Hornets tonight. They're getting Westbrook.
Oh yeah,
that's the latest rumor around
I did
town.
read that. Makes no sense at all. Please
Why
stop saying
MJ?
that.
Although, how often has, in the rare occurrences when MJ does interviews these days, when he's asked about players of this younger generation, and does he see himself in any of them? His answer is always Russell Westbrook.
He loves Russ. He's got the Jordan brand connection.
Sure does, man. He loves Russ. So it makes sense that they would want him, but it doesn't make basketball sense that they would want him.
Oh my God, no.
That's the issue, and that contract. Woo! That's a Gobert contract he's got going on, buddy. Yuck. That's nasty. Pusha T would say, yuck. Nasty.
Yeah, no, but for real, Bridges dunks. My goodness.
Yeah. There's over trouble.
Where was he for that god-awful dunk contest this All-Star break?
Yeah, why isn't he in more? You're right.
Get him in there.
You're right.
Get him in there.
What are you doing? Get in the dunk contest, man.
It's a shame
we
that
are
he's
suffering.
not.
It is a sad state of affairs when we sit there and watch this. Might as well watch a layup contest.
I mean, I know people. Good night, Kev. Love you. Go Bulls.
Go Bulls. Yeah, dude, yes. The dunk contest, he's got to be in it.
He's got to.
That dude is incredible.
But again, not tonight, Miles. Don't prove to us tonight that you should be the, every year winner of the dunk contest. All right, last thing that we wanted to get to before we watch this Bulls-Hornets game.
Okay.
It was the first day of the season for the White Sox today, Big Dave. Happy first day to you and your White Sox fans. I am sorry. I saw the way that game ended. That is brutal. That could not be more brutal. And, of course, it was Javi Baez who does it to you.
Of course it was.
And he hits the yellow tape at the top of the wall, walk off.
Of course he did. I saw that part on the replay because I walked away after the home run tied the game, and I said, this game's over. I'm going to go do stuff.
Right.
That's exactly how I did. And then I heard the roar of the crowd, and I was like, let me go see how we lost. And I saw it, and I said, let's go to the next game.
So before the heartbreak happened, they were doing White Sox pregame on our old platform over there, that old station NBC.
Shout out.
With the legend Ozzie Guillen.
Shout out.
And he was talking during pregame about, cities that they play in a lot, Cleveland, Detroit, and how he doesn't really like those cities. And you might notice a familiar little note that he strikes here. Do we have this video, Joey? Let's take a look at this.
You get depressed.
Yeah,
when you leave Chicago to go to those places, you get depressed. And people make a big deal. I got signs in Detroit saying stuff about me. I said, it's true. Yeah. I said, I never see anybody go on vacation to those places.
Excuse me. Thank you to NBC Sports Chicago for the video. Excuse me, Ozzie, that is Joakim's joke. You do not get to touch that joke. You do not get to use that joke. That is Joakim's joke. How dare you, sir? I know you're a Chicago legend too. How dare you, sir? Get your own material. That is how I feel about this, Dave. How do you feel about this?
I don't feel that way about it at all, man. Not one, and I know why you feel that way, so I'm not dismissive of your feelings at all. I know why it's here. I get that. But, man, let it be. That's how it continues on. That's how it will never die. Because as long as people keep saying it, it will continue to be. And you'll always relate it back to Joakim Noah. And that's how he'll continue to be doing commercials for it. That's how it continues to live. You got to keep saying it.
We don't need Ozzie. It's not like it's been at risk of dying. As you said, Bulls fans talk about that all the time. Bring it up all the time.
Yeah, it's no problem saying it, man. It's going to come up again.
Because Joakim owns it. He said it. He owns it. Everyone else who brings it up on Twitter, on Bulls Twitter, it's in honor of Joakim because it's a joke he created. It's an iconic moment in NBA history that he created.
Look,
Ozzie doesn't get to reappropriate it for his own joke.
No, listen, if you said that about the Milwaukee Brewers and you said that same thing, it would work in that context because that is the rival team. He's saying that about the Detroit, that's the rival team. He's saying about Minnesota, that's the rival team. It works.
There are plenty of creative ways to diss your rival cities.
Sure.
You know this because I do it damn near every day.
You do.
About Wisconsin, mostly Wisconsin.
Mostly Wisconsin.
Let's be real.
Mostly that.
But come on now. Of all the jokes to make, you're going to steal the joke about nobody goes to Cleveland on vacation?
Not really even stealing. It's just borrowing it a little bit.
That's acting like he's like quoting like Malcolm X or like,
yeah, I know,
how
right?
dare you? Like that was an important piece of history.
I know, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying over here, man. Like everybody borrows.
Clearly, you don't appreciate your Bulls history, Joey. Because yes,
you know what I mean.
It is.
It's okay to use, especially in the context he used it in. I thought it was quite okay, and it looked like it was just off the top of his head.
Right,
and so it works nicely like that.
When I saw that, it made me think back to a 30 Rock episode, where Liz Lemon is, I can't remember which one of her writers, but one of her writers tries to make a "that's what she said" joke to Liz. And Tina Fey goes, okay, first of all, Steve Carell owns "that's what she said." He owns it. Referencing Steve Carell's iconic Michael Scott character on The Office.
Correct.
And when I heard Ozzy say that, I was like, Joakim owns that. You don't get that. You don't get to use that. No, Ozzy.
You can use it, Ozzy. Use it again. But this time we lost, so honestly, don't use it again. Don't do that. Don't do it again. But yeah, I thought it was all right. And he did it nicely. It wasn't abrasive. It wasn't whack. It wasn't trash.
It was the same.
It was on point.
It was the same laid back, jokey, lovable Ozzy that White Sox fans are, enamored with. I just like there was a little flame that lit inside me when I heard that last, and it was just like at the tail end of his comment. I was like, oh, no.
I'll tell you where you should have been. If it was somebody in another city for another team using that, then I would accept what you're saying. If it was a Milwaukee Brewer doing it or something like that, I'd be like, okay, so, man, but
because Ozzy is Chicago's,
Chicago.
Like Ozzy belongs to Chicago and Chicago belongs to Ozzy, then it's okay.
It's all right, man. It's okay for him to use that little bit.
You successfully, you didn't talk me all the way off the ledge, but you did make me look at it in a different way.
Thank you.
And I am not as mad as I was about it roughly 90 seconds
What
ago.
you just witnessed is my job on a daily basis, ladies and gentlemen.
I still don't love that he did it. But
he understands.
You brought up a fair counterpoint, which is it would be more upsetting if it were somebody from a different city using that.
Okay. Imagine somebody in Cleveland using no, we'd be going crazy.
RW528 in the comments. I see you. Get out of here. Get out of here. He's not. Joakim wasn't what some people made about.
Come on, RW.
Dude, do you know who you're talking to? Do you know whose program you're watching?
But let me just say you're wrong on a lot of those points, though. Even though, man,
you're dead wrong.
You're wrong.
My personal feelings aside, you're just flat out wrong about that.
That's just wrong. They don't just give energy guys Defensive Player of the Year. They all know energy guys who just win first team All NBA,
third in MVP voting.
You know what I'm saying? Like that just doesn't happen.
Sorry, fourth.
But that just doesn't happen like that, man. No, that dude was incredible. There was no point center before Joakim Noah. All right, he created that. That's his thing. He's a point center. Now you see it all the time. Hello, Jokic.
I mean, I assume that RW528 is a Bulls fan because he's in this pregame chat with a Bulls logo as his, Avi on YouTube. It's not every day you come across Bulls fans who are like, Joakim, he wasn't that good. Like, really, dude?
What? That makes no sense. No, that's not true at all, man. Joakim Noah was amazing. He could easily be on the Mount Rushmore of Chicago Bulls play. Easily. Honestly, he can really do that.
See, now RW is trying to redeem himself by just throwing the word Rodman out there.
Rodman. That doesn't even mean anything. He just threw it out. He just toss it out. It's like Rodman.
He's good, too.
Joakim, man. Why you want to do this to him? You see how nice he looks? Also want to know why he's so happy and comfortable? Look at this right here that he's wearing. He's so smooth and comfortable. Look at that, man. It's so soft.
Bow. Bow.
Bow. Look how comfortable he is in it. It's amazing.
That's it. It's 7 o'clock. It's tip-off time.
It's time?
Let's do it.
How come KC didn't come on the show, man?
I don't know.
Why didn't
Casey, you want to come on postgame?
All right.
We're going to talk to Casey for postgame. You guys can come right back here after Bulls Hornets. We will be here on our CHGO Sports YouTube channel. Us, KC, pal Joey here.
Joey!
Hanging out at our downtown studios on a Friday night. Woo! Let's go get a dub, Bulls.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
That's Big Dave. I'm Matt. We'll see you right here for postgame. See Red be good.